Welcome to RidgeLife. We've had a string of predator attacks out here on the ridge. We've lost chickens to foxes in broad daylight while the chickens are free ranging or out here with them. We've had skunk, possum, raccoon, we've had a bobcat, there's coyotes all over out here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to set some live traps. We're going to set some dog-proof traps, which we just purchased. These things are engineering marvels, keep dogs from getting into them. And we're going to change our game camera cards out, and we're going to position the traps to where the game cameras can watch it all take place in video. So come on along and we'll take care of these rascals. Setting this large live trap up is pretty easy. We just raise these rings, which allows us to raise the door. We flip this lever, which holds the door open. Now, as far as bait is concerned, we're just using leftover meat we didn't eat for dinner. I got bacon. I've got some smoked sausage. This is pork chops, things that are freezer burned and old. We're going to just throw these in here, and the animals will come up and they'll want to partake, and we'll capture them, and we won't have to worry about our livestock anymore. So I'm just going to throw this in here. I'm going to throw it in right behind the trip lever. So when the animal comes inside, he steps on that lever, which turns this support lever, which allows the door to drop. The rings slide down, and the door won't be open. And we've had some damage to it already, but larger animals just can't get out of it. We're up here at the barn right next to the chicken run, and ironically enough, we're going to use chicken parts to catch predators by our chicken coop. So if they come up here wanting chicken, they'll get some chicken. We're going to catch them. Now this small trap here, this live trap, is really for possum and skunk, really smaller animals. We're hoping we catch the bigger ones in the larger traps farther out there. So I'm going to throw, well, this trap here just has a little lever that catches when they step on that plate. And I'm going to throw it up, just throw that again behind the push lever, and then I just set the trap door there, and it's all ready. So let's move on to the next trap. We're just up from Meteor Valley. We've got our bees right there, and you can see the barns right behind me. Now, skunk love to eat bees. They will get up in a hive and just pluck them out as they come and go. Now, in the wintertime, of course, they're not coming and going as much, but on warm days like today, they do come out. We've elevated our hives so the skunks have a little harder time to get in, but again, skunk love bees. And of course, you know, they'll take care of whatever's out also. They'll take advantage of whatever's out there. So we have a little bit larger live trap right here, and we're going to throw some chicken parts in here. Again, I'm going to go to the back, and then I got a couple smoked sausage, a little aromatic. We got this set, and as you can see, we got it staked in here because some animals will pull and claw and it will roll over, and they can actually finagle this thing. But it's set now. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, now we're on the other corner of the barn. As you can tell, we've placed our live traps all around the chicken run because we want to prevent the predators from getting up there, so they smell all this in the nighttime when the chickens are in their coop, and hopefully they'll be drawn to this, the smell of this, instead of, you know, because the chickens aren't active. If they come up in the daytime when the chickens are out and active in their run, hopefully they'll get tired of not being able to get to them, and they'll come over here and get the easy access meat. So again, we have 4 quadrants pretty much with live traps around it, and out in the woods, that's where we're going to put the dog-proof traps for the raccoons. So for this trap, I've got some more chicken pieces, and then we're also going to put in some bacon. You know how aromatic bacon is, so we're going to get that thrown back in there behind the trip lever, and throw the bacon in there. Go over, okay? So now it's set, and animals come in. Hopefully they'll be caught and taken care of. This is our 4th quadrant. We're actually inside the barn with the chicken coop right behind us. So we've got one on the north side of the run. We've got one out between the bees and the chickens. We've got one in the woods across from the chicken run. Now we've got one in the barn. So this is our 4 quadrants we're trying to protect from predators. So we'll set this live trap. Again, this is a smaller one, so right next to the coop on both sides we have smaller ones. We have larger ones further out in the perimeter. So now we're going to move out into the woods and start setting our dog-proof traps. Now we're on to our dog-proof traps. Now these are more set up for raccoons, an occasional possum, skunk maybe, something that has to stick their hand. And that's how these work. They stick their hand down in there to get the food. When they do, the trap releases and captures them. And so a dog won't get in here and a coyote won't get in here either. So we're going to have special set traps for them later on. So we're going to put these in front of cameras. We're going to put them on video mode so you'll be able to see us catching the raccoons, possum, and occasional skunk. But these Duke dog-proof traps are really nice. And you can see, to set them, you just push this in and this lever goes down and catches on a catch. And I'll bring this in closer so you can see it in just a second. Another really good feature of these is they've got two swivels. So the animal, you post it in the ground and you bury the spike, and then the animal spins and spins and spins, and he can't get any tension to pull out of it. If you tie it around a tree, which is common, they can spin around and around until it runs out of chain, and then they can push with their feet against the tree and pull their leg out. So these are really nice. You put them in the ground, and so how this works is this portion here, and these are nice because they automatically come with this. Some of them don't come with this. You have to attach it to it. So these spikes here go in the ground, and we have a special tool that uses a sledgehammer, and you can hammer it in the ground about this far. You can see, pull this out, and how this works, let me get up here close so you can see it. So this piece here hammers in the ground, and then when you pull up, it catches in the dirt and won't pull out. Coyote won't pull out of this, raccoons, fox, bobcat. Again, we're not doing these for coyote and bobcat. But so how this works is this post here slides right in the groove. If I can get it in there, see? Slides right in the groove. And you hammer it down, pull out, and then as this pulls up, it'll catch in the dirt and not be able to pull out. How the trap works is this goes down, this lever goes behind it like a mouse trap and catches on that catch. And then when the animal pulls the lever on the inside, I don't think you can see that, he pulls up on it, this releases, which this flies up, this springs out and catches their paw right in there. And here's that spike again that goes in the ground, so you can set this. And you can set this, at an angle, so there's a hole in the bottom of it so water drains out, so your bait, doesn't get all waterlogged. So it's pretty nice. We're going to try these here in just a second. Okay, the way this is set up with the two swivels, we're going to pound this much in the ground to this top swivel sticking out. That way it can swivel around and around. So this is about how far we're going to push it down in the ground. And okay, to do this, I just want to get my stake right here. You got to make sure you're in an area that there's enough room all the way around that the animal is not going to get it caught up in a tree or anything and get tension to be able to pull out. So we got it right here. Again, I'm just going to pound down until I get to the point where that swivel is just outside the ground. This shouldn't take very long at all. Again, I can use this same setup for all kinds of things. All right, so we're set up right here. So now I'm just going to pull this out of the ground. Pull that out of the ground. Now watch this, people. All right, so we've got our set, and it can spin around this far. And if I try to pull this, oh, that's not coming. That's not coming. So pretty awesome. So now we can set this up. Set this up like this. Okay. Set it up, and you can set it up pulled away and then covered it up. Actually, let's do that. I'm going to set it up a little bit farther away. I'll cover this chain up so they won't see it. And what I'm using for bait is dog food. Dog food and just a little bit of bacon down there. So they'll want to grab all that dog food out. The bacon will draw them in, and the dog food will be piece by piece. You don't want just one piece of bait in there, because they get it out and don't grab the lever, they won't set the trap. So small dog food, little puppy dog food, they keep going in there to get the pieces out. Eventually they're going to grab that lever, pull it right up, and set the trap. They make a special tool for setting these. I didn't purchase that, but you can just use the set stake pounder and put it to one side, secure it with your feet, and once you push down, it will guide. It'll go into the guide. You can slide it over, get it down, and then once the catch sets on it, you're set. Now that we've got it set, I've got some bacon and some small dog food. Okay, I'm going to pour that down inside there until it all gets below. Now the catch lever, again, throwing something down in it's not going to release it. It has to be pulled up. So now I'm going to set this on the back side. Again, the drain is on the bottom, so I want this side up, the spring side up, and I'm going to push this in just like that. Okay, so now I just want to fill in the area with natural materials. Natural materials. Again, don't matter if it's around this. So we're all set. Now, I also want to put some dog food just a little bit around the outside. We've got a location here. It's in a curve. We've got a natural funnel, this valley right here. The animals come and go. It's funnels on this way. There's a perfect trail right through here. And we've got a trail camera right there to catch the activity. So we're going to set this in the ground, get it all prepared up, and move on to the next one. We've got 4 to set. Again, this is pretty easy. Set the notch in the pole, find you a good spot, hammer it down to the first swivel. All right, hammer down to the first swivel, pull up, and we've got a set. Now we just got to get the bait in. In lieu of a tool, this is how I set it again. I push down on one side until it goes in the groove, pull the lift lever over, get it in the catch, and it is set. So now, again, the drain's on the bottom side. I'm gonna put this towards the back, and then again towards the back, get it stuck in the ground right there. And I've got bacon and dog food. And then I'll put dog food I'll get my debris up first. Once we get all the debris covering up, again, I'm going to come back and, there it is, put this dog food all around. And this one is set. We're at our 3rd location. Should be a really good spot. We've got a field off to our right, lots of activity coming and going. We've got bedding area behind us and a trail camera right behind us as well. And off to this way, you see that stump, that's a mineral stump. Animals just been tearing it up, coming and going from this location. So a dog-proof set should be great right here. Just like before, set our stake, hammer it into the swivel. Pull it out. Set is made. All right, so now we have to get the trap set. Again, this is my own little technique. I'm sure there's 400 better ones, but I push off to one side, make sure it goes down the groove. Once it gets down the groove, put the lever over. Make sure you get the catch like a mouse trap, and it is set. All right, so now I've got drainage behind us, so there won't be any water right here. I'll set this right in here. Oh, I just set it. Got to do it again. I push my finger on the trip lever, and that is not the way to do it. So get pushed down, get it over, push the rest of the way down, get it under the guy. And it is set. All right, now don't do that again. So I'm gonna get it here. All right, we're set. Again, bacon down to bottom. Dog food down in there. And then cover up our chain. And dog food all around. And 3rd one set. For our 4th set, we're on the other side of the field. with a trail going into the woods. This is a really great thoroughfare. I got a tree stand right there, and we have a trail camera right behind me. So we'll set one right here. Be our fourth and last one. Next thing we're going to get is some coyote sets, you know, some standard traps. We'll put those back in the woods off from where the dogs may be hiking with grandma. So we don't make sure that no dogs can get caught in our coyote traps. All right, so let's get this one staked in to be our last one. Down to the first swivel. Pull that up. All right, now let's get this thing set. All right, put this one off to the side here. Push down in the ground. Alright, so now get our bacon off to one side. Some dog food down in there. Cover up the chain. Remainder of our dog food all around. And our fourth and final set is done. We've got our last dog-proof trap set in the ground. We've got 5 live traps, cage live traps out around the Ridge barn property and around the chickens. Now with live traps, by state law, you're required to check those daily. So they are baited, and we have to check all of our traps daily. So you don't want any animal having to sit out there and suffer. We want to dispatch them humanely as possible, but we don't want them taking our livestock either. So it's a balance in nature here to maintain what we're trying to produce, and also allowing nature to thrive. But we have tons of raccoons out here. The raccoons just decimate turkey populations because, you know, no one hunts raccoon anymore. It used to be when I was younger, my grandpa they had coon dogs, and they would go out coon hunting, and it was just a fun thing. People just don't do that much anymore. So there's not much coon hunting, so the coon population is just going crazy. So, and in turn, the turkey population on your property with lots of coons suffer. And as you saw from our videos earlier, we have tons of coyotes out here. So we're going to have to get some coyote sets put in. Again, I'm going to put those in places where the dogs won't get to them. And then the live traps around the barn just to keep the possum, the raccoons, and the skunks from getting at our eggs and our chickens. So until the next time we check back in with y'all, we'll bring you out and check these sets and traps on our next rounds. And until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed day, and go RidgeLife.